Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another reading. This is going to be on predictions. So it's going to be a bit of a fun reading today. We're going to basically make a prediction on something that's coming towards you. You could say a message from spirit, but I'm going to call it prediction. So, as always, use your own intuition. Pile number 1, 2, and 3. Not sure if I got 3 there. Feel free to pause the video if you need to, and I'll start with pile number 1s. Okay, pile number 1's a prediction. I'm going to continue that kind of lined effect. Holding the pen really loosely could be a sign. Maybe loosen up or get a better grip on something. What do you see? What do you feel? Okay, I'm getting vibes here. I've never really added some symbols to those types of drawings. Pile number 1's. I think you're the hamster today. It reminds me of I was gonna say the bird and originally like maybe the bird and the worm. Maybe like the bird and the snake energy. I'm not sure if there's a story of a bird and a snake. I feel like part number 1's there could be some form of like face-off. The bird and the snake. I think the bird's got it in the bag. So if you relate more to the bird energy, I feel like the bird's got this one. Some form of face-off. I guess if you relate to the snake energy more, I'd say maybe be prepared for that bird. Might have the advantage. But yeah, I feel like interesting. I think the prediction is some form of face-off. So you're gonna have some form of I don't know what that is in terms of how it looks. If it's in business or an argument, possibly even like a romance. You know, in like the Chinese zodiac, could be like saying the dragon against the monkey, for example. You know, or the pig against the rooster. It's giving me that kind of energy, something kind of ancient about it, in terms of it's like almost this ancient story, the hawk and the snake. There's something about it that's even almost like a children's story. Like the Red Indians would give the bedtime story to the children, the hawk and the snake. That's the vibe. So anyways, part number 1, so that's your reading. I hope you was able to get something from it. If you was, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, part number 2's. I feel part number 2's, the words like hanging on to something is important. Hang on to something. Or you might even need to like hang in there. Can't really lower that, part number 2, sorry. Bit off the page, but yeah, so animals are kind of coming through in these readings, like almost wall cave-ins. This reminds me of like the anteater. I'm trying to figure out what this reminds me of. I was thinking originally, was it like a penguin? I think it's just the head of something. It reminds me almost like, you know, the puppet, when you puppeteer something. I don't know, maybe sit on that. Part 2's, what does that remind you of in terms of an animal? It reminds me a little bit of a cobra as well. Just the shape of it. I'm getting the image here either way. So let's say, if just for the sake of this is like a cobra and there's the anteater here. It reminds me of the anteater almost like taking wisdom from the snake, from the snake's head. So instead of going in that mount to look for ants, it's looking for knowledge. I feel like something that could be significant for you in this prediction, part number 2, is I'm feeling like a right shaman in these readings, I'm telling you. I'm just missing some hallucinant drugs, or you can see why I don't need to take drugs, don't you, part 2s? God damn. Can you imagine? I don't need any hallucinogens or whatever they're called. I don't need none of that. I got more than enough of that. Part number 2 is I feel like there might be a clue in, like, you know how anteaters, they know to look for the ant mounds or the heaps to find their food. I think part of your prediction is look out for the heaps or the hills, i.e. that's metaphoric for look out for the clue for where that food is. There's something there that Spirit's trying to pass on to you, which is there's some form of signal, some form of clue where it's like if you pay attention to it, you're going to realize that there's always going to be food when you see one of those things. You know, an example of this would be like in business, right? Let's say if you're a hairdresser and when you're skilled in that industry, you know that whenever you see someone with a messy haircut, that's a way for you to eat. That's a way for you to provide value. Like, I use hairdresser because it's a very easy, obvious one, right? Like, the client to look for is very visual. It's very easy to say, okay, I understand what Zed's saying there. It's very simple to get. Now, your industry, it might be a bit harder to discover what your client is, or even, like I said, it might not be to do with career. I feel like this is actually to do more with knowledge, but you're going to find some form of clue. It's like the food here is knowledge, and that would be like maybe certain types of mentors. When, you know, like you find a certain mentor who writes a certain type of book, you know, okay, cool, that person, I've seen that pattern, I know that I can get that food, that knowledge there. So part number 2 is as shaman-like as that reading was, it was quite a clear reading, so thank you Spirit for that. If you enjoyed the reading, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. And finally, pile number 3 is prediction. Okay, your word, your underpinning energy is actually the narrow path. Not really sure what that means. We'll see. Pen's running out a little bit. Pile 3s. Feel free to donate to the page. Buy your guy some pens. Say, Zed, I fuck with you. Keep drawing, mate. Okay, that reminds me, I kind of bodged that up a little bit. Maybe there's something going on here. This is like, these are two unfamiliar. Damn. See if we can zoom out a little bit. This might just mess up the whole reading. Can't really take it down anymore. There you go, pole number 3's got you in focus eventually. Now, the interesting thing about this prediction or reading is we've got two almost polar opposite elements. To me, this was Stingray, I think it's called. You know, the creature in the sea that's got the poisonous tail. And then this is just a tree, you know, so there's maybe something here with the reading which says that you're maybe out of your comfort zone. There's a prediction here where it's like you're the stingray in the home of a tree. There's something out of place here. Now, I'm not sure if it's because you're meant to be. You know, sometimes in life we're planted in certain situations for us to grow and adapt and learn new skills. Can admire the birds and how they move, and then maybe go back into the sea and adapt. It's like the interesting thing here is when you think about a stingray and a bird, they have a similar movement. They both kind of flap, if you like. They in a way they both are like winged. That's hard for me to say for some reason. Must have a little lisp in that, but they're both winged creatures, you know, just in different ways. So it's almost like the stingray. I think that's what they're called. I could be wrong there, but it's like, let's just say hypothetically, if the stingray could breathe without being in the water, it couldn't fly, would be going too far there, but it could observe the birds. It's in this tree observing the birds. It's just watching them and seeing how they flap and how they fly. And it's like from that experience, the stingray goes back into the water. And it shows all its stingray friends, oh look, I've got this new technique. How to swim. It's because it's learned it from the birds. There's that certain glide technique that it learned. There's that certain perch that they do when they land onto a tree. That could be used when the stingray's hunting for its prey. Certain just techniques that it's gained. So I feel like pole number 3's, you might be going into a context which is uncomfortable, but it's just for you to learn how to hone your skills, perfect new techniques, learn new techniques, kind of take it back to your home ground. I feel like for a smaller percentage of you, this is just representing you being out of your home, out of the place where you're meant to be. It's like you could have tested something new, like a new apartment or a new like home for some, like a home, like whatever home represents for you, and you kind of just realised real quick that this isn't for you. So it might just be predicting that, like, maybe even like what you had before was better, so you're going to go back to that or something. But I think for the majority of you, the lesson here is to learn in this new environment, as alien as it may seem. And it's going to give you some wisdom and some skills in when you return back to your home environment. So part number 3 is, if you enjoyed the reading, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.